All right, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of Tacos en Europa. I am Jorge,
My name is Edgar.
and we got a full episode once again. And like always, I will remind you guys that this is the only podcast that gives you every single detail about all the Mexicans in Europe playing in any of those leagues in two languages, in Spanish and in English. You will find nobody else that does the exact same thing, and that gives you all the pack details.
Spanish and Esperanto.
And
The two most talk Esperanto. The two most talks, most talk languages of Mexican football.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and kick it off, man. Where we usually start off slow in the Premier League with Fulham and Raul Jimenez, but it's looking like things are turning around, man. It's looking like the Mexican wolf has now awakened, man.
I think you mean Badger.
Yeah, they're Badgers now, bro. But like, I don't know. The wolf just sounds different, man. I like the wolf.
No, but you have to admit now, this week Fulham did the full-on badgering to their enemies.
Yeah, to both of them, actually, man. We have one game against Nottingham Forest in midweek where he plays 79 minutes, man. And he gives us nothing more than a brace. The first goal, you can say it's a tap in, man. You can say it if you wanted to. But when you had that second one to it, you can't stop to think maybe he's back.
No, you have to admit he's back. That's a he's back goal.
Yeah.
That's a like goal of the month. The like candidate. It's a fantastic goal. Just like kick the two defenders' asses, then dribbles the ball away from the keeper, then taps it with the heel, and like little Panenka. Just come on, that's something else.
And even the first one, we'll talk about it a little bit. It's a beautiful run, man. He starts in the midfield, he kicks off the play, and then he just ends up right where he needs to be to score that goal. So yes, it is a tap in, but I think there's a lot of IQ added to it to be able to score that, man. Other than that, he has those 9 out of 15 duels, 4 out of 4 in the air. So that tells you, man, I think he's on something. He's onto something right now.
Yeah, he's playing like his old self.
Yeah.
Like 3 years after it, finally he's playing like he did on 2020.
Which I want to admit, man, we have to say it because a lot of people there was a lot of people hating. And a lot of people that if he does get better, are going to hop back on the train. But we were saying it, man, day in, day out, he is playing well. He's playing like his old self again. His movements, his combination with his players, with his teammates, it was there. What was missing was just that final step. And if he indeed has brought it back, then that means it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah, for whoever's in front, it's over, man.
It's over. And something that also reassures us about that is going to be the next game in the weekend versus West Ham. 5-0 win, man, against Edson's West Ham, who actually, it was like that one shady kid in school, that's a little too quiet, and he tells his friend, don't come to school. Because he knew something was about to happen.
And it did happen. They kicked their asses again. They scored 5 on Forest, 5-0 actually, and then another 5 on West Ham, who, to be fair, West Ham is a way better team than Forest, but they were dying out there. They had like a flu epidemic on the whole team. Poor Moyes was taking the interview at the end of the game, and the guy was just dying in front of the camera. He was like, "Yeah, we suck, but I just want to die."
Yeah, like a little Pepto-Bismol bottle right next to him, just on the side.
Yeah,
it's crazy. But the good thing about this game was what I was saying about reassurance is that 72 minutes and a goal. One shot, one goal.
One shot, one goal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's and a couple of key passes. So he's creating a lot. He's playing his wolf self. Like whenever because he plays a lot outside of the box. He plays almost as a midfielder. He's a box-crashing attacker. It's what he is. He arrives late and helps a lot on the build-up. So if he can keep that up, he's. I mean, that's what we need in Mexico. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, and one more thing to say is I know it's not good to dwell on the past. It's not good to look back. You know, you gotta move forward to move ahead. But it would be interesting. It will be fun to see if he scores one more goal. He will tie Mateus Cunha, who is his replacement at Wolves, with 5 goals. So yeah. I hope he overtakes him. Huang Hee-chan was also one of his replacements. He has 8 at the moment. So we're looking forward to that too. See if we can get there. And I'm getting a little too excited, but I mean, let's just see what happens.
They just need to keep going because they scored 3 on Liverpool.
Yeah.
They eventually lost, but scored 3 on Liverpool. That's a lot.
They've been,
and he was like really, really making Van Dijk struggle. So yeah. Maybe Fulham just like click. Finally, it full on click.
The 5 games is the form that everybody's talking about. The 5 most recent games that they've been.
He's got like 4 goals in 5 because one of those is Cup, I think.
Yeah. No. 4 and 5 league games. They are. Yeah, they're all league games. Yeah.
Okay.
He's going crazy, man. He's going crazy. The next game will be against Newcastle United. So I think if he can perform there, I think it's going to be a very, very good sign, man. But let's go ahead and move it on to the next one. Probably breeze through here a little bit because we have some stuff to talk about certain players. But let's talk about Edson Alvarez playing in a 2-1 victory against Tottenham, man. 90 minutes from this, man. Tell me how Edson Alvarez just helped pull off a win against Tottenham.
The first half, they were lucky to get only 1 goal score against them. And then the second half, just like West Ham, like woke up completely. It changed. And Edson was just... He was playing like in his first days when he started to play well with Ajax. Like he was the only one defending on the midfield. That's what he was doing here, just against one of the better teams of the Premier League. And it was beautiful, man. I really like when he gets, like when they leap, let him do his thing. Like stay behind, become one with the center backs, maybe a couple of long balls, but it's not his place really. Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, man. And they had another game in the weekend, which is against Fulham, which we talked about right now. You made a change right now, or I don't know if it was like that or you changed it, but it says Edson Alvarez versus West Ham. Did you mean to put Fulham, or are you just saying that West Ham was just playing against themselves? Which one was it?
I meant to put Fulham. It was Freiburg for some reason. It was Freiburg, and I was just changing it back.
You wrote West Ham, and I'm like, it fits. It was West Ham against themselves, man.
Against like their tummy aches.
Yeah, that's their tummy aches, man. But yeah, nothing for Edson in this game, so I might as well just breeze to Spain after this, man.
So we can agree that the Ham Derby was won by the Fulham.
By the Fulham, yes, exactly.
Yes.
And due to some bad ham, maybe that's what they ate. Who knows?
Oh, you're gonna be a great dad someday.
So let's breeze over to Spain since Edson had no minutes in that game due to that stomachache. Let's go with Real Betis, man. La Liga. Andrés Guardado with Copa del Rey against Villanovense, man. Listen, this is a 4th division team. Yada, yada, yada. They win 2-1. But these are some exceptional minutes from Andrés Guardado, man. And even though it's a 4th division team, like, it must feel great that at that age you can have like these kinds of games.
Yes, of course you're playing against as you say, it's probably not even professional football by that point. But the thing is, Guardado he's playing not quiet because Joaquin was something else for Betis. He's the legend. He's probably the most Betis player in all of Betis's history. Yeah. So it's different, but he's taking a role as similar as he can. He's becoming part of the culture of the team. The ones they just like become almost mascots, but in a good way, you put him in and everybody's, it's Guardado, we love him, he's there, he's playing 90 minutes and playing well. And then you say, it's a 4th division team, but then just like 4 days later, they're playing Real Madrid and you have to defend a tie. Who you put in? Guardado.
That is Guardado, yes sir.
and they do defend that tie one to one, and he did great on those 20 minutes. I know you were saying, oh, he doesn't have great numbers. No, I know what I saw. He was just kicking their asses.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand corrected, man. Plus, you're doing it against like one of the best teams in the world, so like there's nothing bad to say about that, man. Captain in the Copa del Rey and the pillar against Real Madrid. So, props to him, man. Props to him. But let's move over to some more interesting things in La Liga with Julian Araujo, man. First, they play a Copa del Rey match. It actually goes into overtime, which he comes in for. Plays 30 minutes in that game. Pretty much just ends up with a key pass. They win 2-1. Nothing too crazy on this one. But then we play in the league against Alaves, man. A 1-0 win. He plays those 90 minutes, man. And he starts off a little bit rocky that first half. Normal right back game. Nothing too insane, just regular fullback. And in the second half, like, it was just a hectic game, man. They took away 3 goals from Alaves by millimeters, man. Millimeters off of the bar. From VAR. And I think they took off away, I want to say 1 or 2 from Las Palmas as well. But it was just like the most intense calls in the world. And you could see the stress in the players, man. The whole defensive line of Las Palmas, how they just wanted to get those 3 points. They needed to get those 3 points. They want to keep their goal in 0. And Julian Araujo helped with that, man. He ends up with 13 defensive actions, an insane amount of duels. I forgot to write them down, and also a goal line clearance in the 90+ second minute, in the 87th minute, I think it was, to keep that win.
Yes, and you know how it is in this kind of game where bottom leagues are playing each other, where they're usually like the teams that are gonna play without the ball. Like, oh, they're gonna attack you. They have better players. They have better systems. So you wait and counter. But when you're playing against a team that is bottom as you, they play the same. So they have to go for it. They have to go for the ball and try something different. And I think that's what you were saying. Like, it was so hectic because they're not used to being that. Like they want to fight for the ball. And I mean, Palmas is just great defending this season. They are getting close to Real Madrid as the second best defending team. And I mean, they probably could finish the league as that good at defenders.
Yeah.
And not a lot, but Araujo is part of it. So that's great.
No, he has learned a lot, man. Obviously he's not like their pillar defensively or anything. But he is part of that back four, and he has shown that he can help them, keep those clean sheets, just like he did with that goal line clearance right at the last second, man. He was able to read that ball perfectly. Like you said, man, Atletico Madrid, they win their game against Almeria, but they do get scored on once, and that bumps Las Palmas into the second best defense in the league. 13 goals conceded versus Real Madrid, who has 10 so far. So we will see who can keep that second or first spot, man, as the best defense.
And you have to thank Betis for that goal.
Yeah, you have. Hey, man, let's go. Let's do it. Let's go over to Almeria versus Unión Deportiva in the Copa del Rey. They actually get eliminated by this. What was it, like a third, fourth division team or something?
It's better not to ask.
Yeah, it's not even look it up, man. They got eliminated. No Montes at the very least, so there's not bad news there. But we're going to go over to that game versus Atletico, man. 1-2 loss. 90 minutes from Cesar Montes. What did you see from Cachorro?
I mean, I wanted to take a beat on this game because even though Atletico Madrid were just way better than Almeria, I think there was something of an improvement because they finally did something that we have been asking for a long time in this podcast, which is to change the defensive lineup to a 3-man center, to a 3 center back system. Mm-hmm. And they did. And while I'm not gonna say they suddenly way better, they suddenly have people defending on the back, and while Montes had a kind of a mixed game, I think he wasn't as good as you could try to make him up to be, especially since he was at fault completely on the first goal. Alvaro Morata made him look like a kid. Yeah. He's 10 centimeters less tall than him and just ooh.
And he's Alvaro Morata.
He's one of the most informed strikers in the world right now. So I don't know what you mean by that. No, but he
Look at
made
the overall package, man. Come on, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
he made Montes look really, really bad. So he's struggling still, but I think he's gonna look better from here on out.
Yeah.
Because I mean they ended by the second half, they were playing better. Not better than Atletico, but better in general. And that's where they scored the first goal, and they just kept on pushing, kept on pushing. Like they made Oblak worry by the end. And not a lot, but some of it was Montes playing as a striker, as a last minute striker again, as with Mexico.
Yeah.
He was just holding up like three people again. Like,
and a good thing about this is if we can get him to consistently play in that 3-man back line, that would be 3 center backs that are able to play in a 3-man line, that have that experience. I'm just saying, Jimmy, if you want to listen to this, it's an idea for you, man. Think about it.
Yeah, that went great for Cocas, you know? He just pitched it.
Hey, now we'll have the experience. Maybe. Maybe. All right, man. Let's go over to Italy. Genoa, Johan Vasquez versus Lazio. He sees no minutes. He's coming back from that injury. So they do get a 1-0 win. Then he plays against Monza in the weekend. Again, another 1-0 win. And he's coming back a little slow. You know, I'm not going to preach him too much. Not going to spend too much time here. Just a regular game by Johan Vasquez. Nothing was his fault, but he didn't show us what he usually does. He's coming back from an injury. You can't ask him for much.
He made a couple of mistakes that were like, that's not a rookie mistake, but I mean, he wasn't making those anymore. You know, like, I didn't love it.
It's an out of form expectation. Like you're sitting down for a while.
And to be fair, Monza is not what it was a couple of seasons ago. You know, like it's a respectable team to lose to right now. They're like in middle table, right? Monza, they're on 9th, and Genoa is on 15. So they're a decent enough game. Like play.
They could have used those points though, man. That's crazy.
Yes. I mean, you know who else could have used those points?
No, I don't, because we're not going to talk about them. Salernitana, Memo's still not playing. Let's go to Netherlands. Starting out with Santi Jimenez. Feyenoord Santi Jimenez versus Volendam. They only have one game this week. They do give them that favor of playing in between the weeks so they can focus on their match for the Champions League. They play against Volendam, 3-1 win with a goal from nonetheless Chiquito Jimenez. 90 minutes.
The winning goal. To be fair, it's like on the 89th minute or something like that. They were struggling to get out of that tie all game. Like they went like 50 minutes, 60 minutes tied, and finally by the end, Santi with a header, a beautiful header.
Yeah.
Like they broke the 2-1, and then just I think Timber or Pacquiao just driving the third one.
Pikes out like a couple minutes later. The bad news. That what's his name from Asset Alkmaar? What's the striker?
Pavlidis or something like that.
The Greek guy. The competition for the Golden Boot just tied him as well. So 18 goals apiece on this one. That race is gonna be good, man. The race is gonna be good.
Yes.
What damaged made that little window where he didn't score? Man.
Yes. That he had a bad 3-game setup or something like that.
Yeah.
The thing is, I want to talk. I think eventually the Greek guy is going to start to struggle because he's scoring over 50% of all the goals AC Alkmaar are scoring.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, like if the teams that are playing against him just full on like cover him, they can stop them completely. I don't know why they haven't. I'm not watching their games, so maybe they're just playing that well, but I feel if they like
maybe he's that good, man.
Maybe, but I think as soon as they crack how to defend him, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Like they depend way too much on him. And to be fair, Jimenez is like 40 something percent, so he's scoring almost as much, but the rest of Feyenoord is scoring as well, so it's not as dependent. But I mean, it's something to think about. It's not great when that happens to your team. Like you can't depend so much of one guy.
Yeah. Oh dang, bro! You got 18 for Santi. The next one is Timber with 5, Pacquiao with 4. It's pretty heavy, man. Yeah.
Yes.
But all right, let's go to PSV. Actually, another one we're going to cruise by because against Kinevin, they do win 2-0. This team is not losing. But no Chucky this time, still out due to that hamstring injury. Hopefully not much longer now.
I mean, technically, Pepe scored, and technically he's Mexican, but let's
not technically, he is Mexican. He's just not a Mexican national team player, and we will not talk about him in this podcast. All right.
Malinche!
Ortega gang versus Ostende in the cup. They too get eliminated in this cup. Nothing from Arteaga though. They do play that second stringer. I'm saying second stringer now because it's looking like Arteaga is just coming back, man. He's his third good game in a row against Open in the league. They win 3-1. No assists, no goals, nothing like that, man. But he does end up with a nice 6 defensive actions, 6 out of 9 duels, and 2 out of 5 dribbles, man. His heat map looks beautiful. I recommend all you guys just go and look it up, man. Beautiful, beautiful little heat map right there.
You keep saying good games, but how many crosses?
Bro, what other fullback of ours did a cross this week or last week, man?
Layun, I think.
maybe. I think we're averaging like 0.5 crosses a week, bro. Like, maybe.
I mean, to be fair, I think the like Johan is the one crossing.
Yeah, it's Johan Vasquez, bro. Take a look at his center back. So it's getting sad. It's getting sad with that part. But no. Like overall, everything else was pretty decent from him. I love watching him dribble the ball. I love watching him just with the ball on foot. Like that's the thing. I think I figured it out, bro. When I was watching it, I think that's the thing that has made me like him so much. Because with someone like Gallardo, like I said before, you either dribble past your opponent or you muscle him through. And Gallardo has that type of muscling through mentality. Arteaga can give you those nice little dribbles, man. And I think if he can develop that, it could be insanely dangerous, man. It just has to be more consistent. Going over to Sanchez in Portugal versus Estoril, the third team this week that gets eliminated from the cup. 3-1 loss. He comes in from the bench, but nothing to do from him. Then he plays a terrible game against Casapia and a 3-0 loss. 90 minutes from him. 6 defensive actions. Wild. But only ends up with 9 out of 17 duels. And he gets dribbled past 1 time. He also commits a penalty. Looks like some of the fans are not very happy with him, and some are even scared that they're going to have to buy him after those 20-game clause. I believe it is 20 games.
Something like that. I know he's like 9 games to go. Like there's an account counting down. If you remember.
Yeah. So not a good one for Sanchez after that last week, which was pretty decent. AEK Athens they play against Aris in a 1-0 win. Both Orbelin and Pizarro play. Not much here. We're drilling through because we want to talk about something at the end of the podcast, so we're just going to swift past that one. Dinamo, Luis Chavez. I'm going to stay here a little bit. 2 games. One against Rubin Kazan, 1-0 win. And once against, it's called Fakel. I don't know how to say it. Fakel. One time, man.
You're going to get us demonetized, man.
Shit. I'll just put that as not for kids. All right. So the first one is a good one because I think to me it's one of his best games of the season. 7 out of 10 duels on the ground, 5 out of 7 dribbles, man. That second game is 6 out of 7 duels.
No, I'm saying like how weird it is for him to be dribbling.
Yeah, man. Like what I wanted to stop to say was that I just think it's insane to me that he figured it out. I think he has consistently throughout the past, I want to say 10 matches, given us a good score, like a good set of numbers, a good set of performances. And I think he's good, man. I think if he can keep this up and the team can make some noise, he might be able to get out of there for the next season.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
He's good enough, man. And he's so good at set pieces that he should be bought by a team that needs that specific playmaker. Like I feel he should be. He's just his only fault is like blooming too late.
Yeah. No, I think mid-table Spain would be a decent place for him, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. But all right, man, let's go ahead and wrap it up with the awards of the day. Man of the match day, man. Only one answer here.
Yeah, of course, Guardado.
nah,
no, I mean, but like for the first time in like forever, it's gonna be Raul.
Yeah, Raul Jimenez.
Jimenez
bro,
had a hell of a week.
3 goals, in 1 week. You cannot beat them. And Santi couldn't even beat that this week. So even though he did score, he's being consistent. Raul Jimenez gave us 3. And man, what a beautiful day. We were able to see Raul play right behind Santi Jimenez for a whole half. I cannot wait for that to happen.
Yeah, I want to see that. And favorite game?
I'm just gonna go based on feeling, bro. Fulham Forest. Just being able to see that was an emotional game, bro.
No, you're talking about emotional games. What's better than a Betis Real Madrid at the Villamarín?
Yeah,
that's full on, like one of the better stadiums.
You have Bellingham getting at it with the fans. You have everything.
Yeah.
It was passion.
Yeah,
it was passion.
I always like seeing like Betis game. I feel I like their media presence. Like the whole like feeling they give out. I like him. I really like Betis. Just going really fast because there's a big topic at the end we have to touch. And the first one is seems to be like Arteaga is gonna get hounded again by America. They desperately need a left back, and just there's no one on the league right now, so they're probably gonna try to get Arteaga. And Eric Sanchez, there's like Feyenoord are asking for him, but Pachuca is gonna try to sell high, so who knows? I would really like him to go. And we finally have the teams that are going to play the final. As we all expected, America versus Tigres. Like, there's no good point in talking who last week said San Luis might win against America. Who knows?
It could have been anybody, man. I don't remember who that was.
Anybody.
Yeah, some drunk up off the street, probably.
Yeah, off the street. So yeah, that's gonna be a great final. Like the last game is gonna be a Estadio Azteca. Tigres is like, when you get into Liguilla, this is one of the better teams. Always, they have just like that setup. Hopefully, they get Gignac back because he was injured. It's gonna be It's gonna be a decent fight.
I wouldn't mind seeing them go back to back, especially with Diego Lainez actually coming in the starting lineup pretty often in the Liguilla.
No, Cordoba
playing amazing again. I think those two pieces would definitely make me happy to see them win. If Ociel can give us a couple good minutes, that'd be amazing as well.
You know who else has been playing very well, and we're usually not like very high on him? Angulo.
Yeah.
Jesus Angulo has been a very consistent left back.
He's trying to get that call up, man. He's trying to get it.
Hopefully.
And
now we have to get to the big topic, that is Copa America.
Copa America. 5 more minutes left, man. Let's go ahead and spend it all here. What do you got?
Yeah, we finally have the group setups. And first of all, we remember the better, and I don't know, they made like magic to make it happen, but Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, and the US, the big like draw of the the public, like you want the fans to go. Those are the 4 biggest ones you're gonna get on this cup. So you had to spread them. Sadly for the US, they got drawn on Uruguay's group, so they're gonna get their asses kicked by them. You just know it. They're great right now. I think Uruguay is the better team right now.
Dude, and they got Panama. Their CONCACAF team was Panama, bro.
Yeah, Panama is like the better playing CONCACAF team.
Then they got a little buffer there. They got Bolivia in there as well. So it's a fun group. If you like football, it's a fun group. If you're a US fan,
most of the groups are gonna be really fun, except for Argentina.
Ours is pretty awesome, man.
No, ours is gonna be a bloodbath.
The thing is, well, let me say the group.
Okay,
Mexico, Ecuador, Venezuela, Jamaica. The thing here is Venezuela's form. That's the main topic.
No, that's not the only topic.
It's the main topic.
Venezuela is playing like Panama, but with better players. So that's scary as hell. And then you go back to Ecuador. I mean, you want to see where do they play? Where do their starting 11 play? Because it's gonna make you cry when you compare it to Mexico.
Yeah, they got some dogs, bro. But
Not some, a lot. I mean, even if you make Caicedo to be less than Edson, that you could argue, and I will like approve. It's not really comparable. Ecuador is really good right now, even though historically we're way better. Like.
Yeah.
After how we played against Honduras, do you feel like confident we're gonna kick them?
I don't like historical comparison. I don't like when people bring it, even if it's a strong team or whatever, like, because it's all about how you are today. That's why I hate when they're bringing, oh no, we beat you guys. No, it's not about that. It's about how are we going into this window today. Let me see how they are in the qualification. Fifth and fourth. God damn.
I told you they're in really good form.
Fifth and fourth on top of Brazil, both.
They're really, really strong right now. Yeah. And I keep telling you, my favorite to win it all, like after Mexico, because I like to dream, it's Uruguay. I think Uruguay is the one that's playing better. I think they have the better coach out of all of them.
You just love Bielsa, man. You just.
I mean, yeah. I'm not gonna show you my tattoo, but I know.
just know. Yeah, bro. I think it's gonna be a good competition overall.
I mean, even though we usually we know how to deal with Jamaica's strengths.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid of them, but I know it's not an easy game. I
was gonna say we can't leave without talking about Jamaica. I just mentioned the powerhouse that they can be.
And their attacking setup is great. They have so good attacking players. They just never get the ball to them.
You saw that meme that was like, damn, they've done giving Argentina a penalty in the group stage.
Not in the group stage, in the draw.
In the group draw. It's Argentina, Peru, Chile, and then whoever wins the fifth CONCACAF spot, bro.
And which playoff is that? Canada against Honduras.
Oh my god!
Canada versus Trinidad, I think it's.
I think so. We gotta go. We gotta talk to our Canadian friends, man.
We have to talk to them how they feel about it. I'm really interested to see it.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a fun competition, a fun tournament. I can't wait.
Yes.
I got a couple games over here. I'm gonna see if I can catch some in Miami. We'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. Anything else to add before we head out?
I just want to see someone kick out Argentina. I'm just so tired of them.
They're gonna make it to the end.
I mean, and they made they set it up. The group A is gonna play against the group B, full on. They're just gonna be the first against the group A, against the second one of the group B, and then against each other. So they don't want Argentina to play Brazil or Uruguay before the final.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League. Do not miss it.